What's happening, guys? Welcome back to the fishing report that I give every 2 weeks on our wonderful lakes here in Hot Springs. We're going to talk about Washita, Hamilton, and DeGray. We're going to go over how it's been the last 2 weeks and then kind of get expected for the upcoming 2 weeks and to prepare you guys for your fishing trips. And I know there's a lot of tournaments going on right now. We're going to talk about the tournaments as well, the tournaments that have happened, and the upcoming tournaments, as there are some big ones, guys. Welcome to the Fishing Coach YouTube channel. Jimmy Eastring, go by Coach E. I've been guiding on the 3 big lakes, and in the past 2 weeks I've been on Washita mainly. Actually been on Washita, the only one I've been on Washita. But we're going to talk about Hamilton, DeGray. I have upcoming trips on DeGray, and I've kind of moved my Hamilton trips off of it due to the high school tournaments coming up, and just with the weather that we've had, with it kind of being muddy and the kind of the watercolor's been changing, and all the pressure it's gotten from the guys with the tournaments. But guys, when we do this, I'm gonna go over the 3 lakes. We're gonna talk about the baits and patterns. Some of them will relate, okay, to some of the, to all the lakes, and we're going to go deep into it. I'm going to share some of my sponsors throughout the video as well. I know at times I share at the beginning, but I'm going to share this throughout the video here as well. Because we got to give the people that support me the reason I can do these videos, okay? So they're going to get the recognition they deserve. So for Washita, the first one we're going to talk about is Washita, since I've been on it the most, and I think it's right now fishing the best out of the big 3. But guys, Future Marine right now, who is partnered with me, and I'm excited to announce that they are the Icon exclusive dealer for the state of Arkansas. Okay, they've already sold a couple, and guys, hopefully you'll be seeing me in an Icon here soon. I'm right now getting the contract. We're getting all that figured out. I know Trent Owens, who a lot of you tournament guys know Trent. Trent, I believe, is going to be in one as well. So if you're interested in hearing more about the Icon, you can reach out to me. Like I said, we can get you a ride in one. But the biggest thing about it, guys, with the Icon for your tournament anglers is the tournament contingency program. Guys, it's a great boat. It's a top of the notch boat, okay? But if you are a serious tournament angler and you want to win some extra money, the program with it, the contingency program, is the best out there right now, okay? I'm going to put more details down there. Send me a message and I'll share more with you. Like I said, I'm impressed with the boats. I'm excited to be in one soon. So guys, let's talk about Washita. The Rusty Hook was there last weekend, and I always like to share the tournament results due to knowing kind of what to expect. Okay, now every day is different, but the Rusty Hook was out there. I don't have the names of who won. I heard 19 pounds won. Heard a 9-pounder was caught for big bass. That was their big bass. And I think 18 pounds was second, which was Stetson Blaylock and his son. I saw Bryce Boatwright and Fletcher Nutt got third with 17. Then it kind of went down to 5th place with 16 pounds. So it's fishing really good. Now, I've talked to a lot of guys that struggled out there. And guys, it's Washita. It's a big, big lake. The lake's up right now 1.5 feet. Water temperatures I've seen from 49 to 52 degrees. From my trips, though, we have been catching them. Now, my toughest day in the last 2 weeks was when I fished the day after it came up 3 feet. We had that rain. It came up 3 feet in like 24 hours, and that was a tough day. We still had it like 10 or 11 pounds and caught like 20 fish, but it, and that's good. I know some people hear that like, I'll catch that on a normal day, but it was tough. So guys, what I started doing, I was fishing that east end, but then I moved to that midsection of the lake. I'm finding a lot of bait fish in the midsection. Around the bait, I'm finding stripers though, okay? I'm not finding largemouth in them like you see at Table Rock. I'm finding stripers. So if I find the bait and the stripers, I then go to the points nearby. And on the points, there's going to be grass typically. There's a lot of grass in the lake right now. There's going to be rock and timber. Then I try to find out how the bass are using these covers nearby. And when you find them on points, guys, like right now, they're in big, big groups. We're finding fish in 10 to 30 groups. The fish in the grass that I'm finding are not giants right now. I think they're mostly those smaller 2-pounders. Now, we've caught some 4s in the grass, but I've not found yet the big fish in the grass. And that tells me they're still kind of more deeper. They're still kind of off. And we've had some good trips. The Alabama rig, right here, Black's Custom Lures Widowmaker, is catching them out of the grass. Compared to Hamilton, them Hamilton fish have seen it. Them Washita fish hadn't seen a lot of it yet. Guys, I know when it's a windy day, that's when this dude comes alive. The big old 3/4 ounce trap, the 1/2 ounce trap. This is the Booyah One Knocker. A lot of good brands out there. That's just the one I have on right now. And but on my trips that we've been doing has been more forward-facing jig head minnowing. Like I've had a lot of requests for it. That's what it's been. For those fish in the grass, we're throwing a lighter 1/4 ounce or 3/16 ounce head. But for those fish off the points, I'm throwing a 1/2 ounce head. What I'm doing, oops, I just hit my trim on my motor. I'm throwing a 1/2 ounce head. Now, guys, this is the level NGX 7.1 medium light. I'm throwing level performance rods. I'm going to put the information down there below. A lot of people have been fishing these with me, and they've been impressed. They're a light rod. You get very good action. You feel your baits, and the bite's real good. A very impressive rod for the price point, okay? So if you've not heard a level, like to test them out, give me a call. I typically carry some in my truck, okay, so you can feel them. But I've been throwing the 1/2 ounce head. This for the deeper fish, I'm throwing a 1/2 ounce head. It's a queen tackle jig head, and that's the old trusty Strike King Baby Z2. Been throwing a variety of minnows. I'm also throwing another minnow here, and I'm also throwing, I'm going to hide this. You can't see it. This is a prototype core tackle jig head. Guys, you know I'm with core tackle as well, the original hover rig hook, and the hover rig's going to be coming out soon for them fish. So there's more fish getting the grass. I'm going to be throwing that 1/8 ounce hover rig. They got a 3/16 now hover rig, a couple different sizes. So I'm going to be throwing that hover rig for them fish in the grass, because you want that lighter action when they're up there. So guys, when it's a windy day, like I said, don't roll out this dude. Now, like I said, I've been fishing the middle lake, and the water's a little stained, okay, a little stained. Main lake points, your secondary points, but I've already did find some bait fish in the back half of creeks. And the bait I found Sunday in the back half of creek at Washita was, there's no fish around it yet, but they will be, okay? So I've been fishing that mid section, all right? And so that's the Washita report. Now let's go and do the Hamilton side, okay? The Hamilton report today is going to be brought to you by Sawco Roofing Company, guys. Okay, so depending where you're at in your life on a roof, all right? If you've had that roof for 20 years, 15 years, it might be time to check a new roof out. You're there sitting like, hey, maybe I need to check it out. I know the past couple years we've had the hail, and you're like, Jimmy, I've already had a new roof. But if you're sitting there and you have not, guys, I want you to give Sawco a chance. Buzz Sawyer is the man behind it, him and his family, blue collar, hardworking family. And as you guys might know, that fish tournaments, Buzz is a fisherman. So let's go support somebody that's in our little network, man. And he's going to treat you right and do everything the right way. So guys, on Hamilton, okay, Hamilton, the lake's been muddy on that lower end. We've had all that rain come through. It's starting to clear up, and it's cold and rainy right now. But we had those sunny, warm days, okay? And those sunny, warm days got the shallow fish to eat, okay? And as you guys, if you guys in the tournament world kept up, Duke Gunnell and I think Tabitha Lancaster to a good duo of fishing, you know, from what I've seen in the tournaments, I don't know either of them, brought a 22-pound bag in at Hamilton. I saw 19 pounds was second, 15 pounds was fifth, and that's been Hamilton, guys. 15 to 18 pounds has been typically up there in the top three, but now all of a sudden we've had a 20-pound bag and a 22-pound bag. They caught an 8-pounder. They reported, and just from my gut, when I saw the weights and saw the fish, I knew those fish were shallow grass fish. There's, you know, grass, certain areas of the lake, that lower midsection of the lake has grass, and with those warm days we had, it warmed that stuff up, and we had the stained muddy water. They reported catching them on a jackhammer and a DT8. And guys, I believe it. Here I am with the DT6, and I have, you know, the DT8s there as well, but this is something I keep on if I'm fishing Washita, DeGray, Hamilton throughout the year, is this dude right here. This action of this DT bait, this Rapala crankbait, is great for the cold water temperatures. And I'm throwing it on the light line. That's 10-pound test there just to give it more action, guys. So Hamilton, though, if I was to fish Hamilton, I know some guys are probably still catching them on the A-rig. I'm not going to throw the A-rig because they see the A-rig so much. But some of those guys that are really, really good with it are going to continue to throw it, and that is fine. It still catches fish. I don't have confidence in it. But I'm curious how this Trader Bill's tournament's going to be. Like I said, it's getting cold right now. We've had a couple cold days. It's going to be rainy Saturday. I'm really curious to see because some of these anglers, the anglers in this tournament series are some of the best in the state, and I'm really interested in seeing how the weights are going to be. I know for me, I will try to find some cleaner water. Still search them fish in 30 to 50 foot, the ones that are going to get less targeted. And I'm not talking about suspended fish. I'm talking about fish that are just laying on the bottom, that are just hiding, you know, right now in this winter period. They're just laying low. But with that water being more stained and them already moving up, and some will pull out, but I think a lot will stay up. I'm curious if somebody's going to catch a pretty good bag, you know, fishing the rock transitions, you know, fishing that shallow grass, shallow brush piles. And I know one thing, the Trader Bill's has the Friday practice period now. If that day was off limits like it used to be, the weights would be really high. But a lot of anglers don't know how to practice, and they're going to go and throw that crankbait up there. They're going to catch them. They're going to go throw the Alabama rig and catch them. They're going to condition these fish again. And so some of you are probably like, Jimmy, thanks for calling us out. Man, I'm being for real. That's what you're going to do. So don't go beat up on the fish, you know. But guys, Hamilton, I'm excited about it. Like I said, I know if I did a guide trip out there, because I did some guide trips during that December period when the lake was muddy, I would still have a big spinnerbait on. Something that's caught fish forever, a traditional way. We had some really good days with that big spinnerbait. I actually got them out here in the back of my truck, so if I had the guide trips pop back up, I tie them dudes on. They're right there, ready to roll. So curious to see about it and this upcoming deal. But for me, I try to find that cleaner water. But if you like to power fish and fish shallow, go to Hamilton right now. I'm telling you guys, go to Hamilton. But it has gotten a lot of pressure due to, you know, all the boats out there, okay? So there we go there. Now, guys, let's go to Lake DeGray, okay? Lake DeGray, this one's going to be brought to you by Generation 3 Tire and Auto. Generation 3 Tire is a third-generation family business. The owner is a good friend of mine. He's my age, but his dad was a mechanic forever, and his grandpa was. And so they're all, you know, they're all there, and I like supporting the family businesses. Their tires, though, okay, I'm going to show you. I've gotten all my tires from him on my boat trailer, my boat, my truck, and my wife's car, and his prices are really the best compared in Saline County and on that strip. I've had people that have even, you know, went there and got them after I mentioned it. They're like, dang, Jimmy, the tires are really are a pretty good price, okay? There goes the mailman. I got some fishing tackle coming in the mail today. Let's talk about Lake DeGray. So I've not been on DeGray in the last 2 weeks. I've not been on it in 3 weeks. I have some trips coming up on DeGray. I have a trip coming up this upcoming Friday. I got trips next week. So I'm excited to get back on DeGray. What made DeGray tough was it came up like 4 foot high. They pulled it down low. I had a tournament results. I heard that 15 pounds won after that. Now, the weekends prior, I heard a big tournament. I heard some fish were caught 19 pounds, 17 pounds. Not seeing pictures or anything, and I just hearsay from me. So, but I did hear 15 won this last week. The word I got was bladed jig and a grass on points, which I firmly believe it. But it was tough for a lot of people. I talked to a lot of people that didn't catch limits. I talked to a lot of people that didn't catch a fish. And that's Lake DeGray for you. Definitely when it starts doing this. So guys, if for me on Lake DeGray, I love fishing the clean water. You guys know me. I'm a Hero Zero guy, and DeGray, I'm going to Hero Zero in that clean water. But if I was going to catch fish, I'm going to be fishing the Arley Moore, Big Hill Creek area, up to Shouse Ford. There's some grass starting to show up in the areas of the lake. I'd be fishing, here, I haven't even talked about it yet. I'd be fishing the jerkbait there, you know, and here we go. This is, I love this jerkbait rod. It's a level NGX 610 jerkbait rod, Tank Cherry's jerkbait rod, okay, that he designed. This would be something I'd be throwing in that mid section of the lake. If the water's more stained and muddy, I'd be going more to a white color. This is my color I've been throwing for Washita. But a jerkbait would be on the deck, and you can't go wrong with the rattle trap or shallow square bill. Still have the Alabama on the deck as well, but I'd be trying to find fish, trying to find out that zone if they're going to be 5 to 15 foot or kind of 25 to 35. But that midsection of the lake has a good population of fish, okay? Some good rock transitions on them rounded points, but I'd be right now still in that main front half of creek. But if I found bait in the back half, then I'd be back there. Last year at DeGray, this time of year through March, there was a couple creeks that had a lot of bait in the back half of creeks, and them hybrids never found it, but the largemouth were back there, and they were easy to catch. So I know DeGray never repeats. It always seems every year is different. Now, some guys might have their holes, but for me, it's like I find fish doing different things every other year. But for me on that lower end of the lake, I'm going to start checking the main humps. I'm going to start looking for the main points that are near the river, the main river channel, and I'm searching for the giant fish because that lake has big ones. I'm going to be looking for them giants in the standing timber there near these areas. Like I said, they're going to be off the points, and I've talked to some people on the grass there, okay? I've talked to a lot of anglers. They're like, hey, I can't catch fish in grass, or I can't find fish in grass. Guys, there are fish in the grass, but it is difficult to find. You kind of have to erase that history, erase your prior knowledge of grass fishing there, and come in with an open mind. That's what's helped me finding fish in the grass. And when I have found them in the grass, there's a lot of 1 to 3 pound fish in it, but I've not found them 4 to 8 pounders in it, okay? There's a couple areas I've found them in it, you know, but not like, you know, Washita. Seems like they're more giants or more timber related or rock related for me, okay? But I know for me, on my trips upcoming, there are going to be jig head minnow trips. I'm going to have that baby Z2 on and my core tackle prototype jig head, okay? But guys, let me know what you think about the report. Let me know in the comments how it's been fishing for you guys. Like I said, I love people calling me, sending me messages, giving me their updates. Like I said, I've heard a lot of tough reports on Washita, but then from my experience that I've had and others, it's been fishing pretty good as well, okay, guys? Thank y'all for watching the Fishing Coach YouTube channel and checking out on the fishing report every 2 weeks, the bi-weekly fishing report. I don't know what to really call it because English confuses me. I'm a math guy. But guys, we'll see. I'm going to put my stuff up and go inside. Have a good day.